Hi and welcome to Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. My name's Jennifer and I'm your Thursday vlogger. So this week's topic, got it right here guys, we're talking about excess, all the things. How do you navigate all the excess that comes with being a WLS peep? Skin, food, alcohol, negative self-talk, and relationships. Okay, well I kind of want to break this one down. Let's start with skin. All the excess skin. I mean, I went into weight loss surgery knowing there would be excess skin, but a few things. I didn't know how it was going to make me feel. I mean, I thought when I was fat Jennifer, the skin wasn't going to matter because it's better than fat rolls. That's what I kept telling myself, which is true. I can now live my life and I'm not sitting on the sidelines anymore, but the excess skin, I didn't realize how it was going to make me feel and how it was going to affect me. It makes me feel like I'm still the fat Jennifer. I see the excess skin and to me they look like fat rolls still. Like all the work I've put in and there's nothing to show for it because I still feel like I'm surrounded in fat. I hope that that makes sense to somebody out there because it's really hard to kind of explain it, how it makes you feel until you're actually walking in my shoes, so to speak. It's a bizarre feeling, but you have to accept it unless you can afford to have skin removal surgery. You have to just understand that this is your body and that you love this body. You have to love the body that you're in. It's the only body that you'll ever have, so embrace it. Easier said than done. I am still working on this. I keep telling myself this daily. I'm hoping to one day have skin removal surgery, but who knows? That may be a year from now or 5 years from now or maybe even never. So coming to grips with the excess skin and knowing that it's just part of the process is kind of part of recovery, right? And I actually learned this one from my husband. He has embraced his skin like a boss. I'm really impressed with him. He has no desire to have any skin removal surgery. I mean, he loves the skin that he's in. What are the words I'm trying to think of? It's an inspiration, for sure. Food, excess food. Learning to cook smaller portions has been a challenge. I grew up in a household. My family is all Mormon, and they cook for an army. At least my household did. And that's how I learned to cook. You make huge batches of anything, spaghetti, tater tot casserole, I mean, lots of casseroles. So I've had to learn to scale back. Now, what helped me, and this is very unique situation, is I sold my house and we bought a travel trailer and we lived in that for a few years while our new house was being constructed. So I had miniature sized everything. So there was no storing the massive amounts of food and cooking massive amounts of food because it just wouldn't fit. So that really helped me change the way that I was able to look at food as far as cooking at home. Secondly, eating out. I can't tell you more times than not. For one, I try to order off the appetizer menu, but it's really hard at most places because it's mostly fried foods and that's just not something I can have. So I'll order an entree, something healthy, and I can't barely put a dent in it. So more times than not, the wait staff are asking me if the food was okay. I mean, they get really upset about that and they think that I didn't like my food or I'm criticizing, and it's not the case at all. And I don't feel like I have to explain that I'm a weight loss surgery every time, but they make me feel like I need to just so that I make them feel better. That's an interesting thing to get used to. Almost 5 years post-op and still not quite used to that, but I try to order smaller portions, or I'll share with somebody. If I'm not with my husband, I'm with a friend, and we'll split orders. So that really helps. So we've covered food, we've covered skin. Let's move on to alcohol. Alcohol in excess. This is an interesting one because as a gastric bypass patient, I get drunk a lot faster. I don't know if absorption is the right word. I know it goes straight in my liver. I feel it a lot faster. It's, it feels like if I have one drink, it feels like 3. So when I'm out with friends that haven't had weight loss surgery, they're expecting me to keep up with them, and I cannot. They want me to do shots with them, and I cannot. I can go wine tasting and have little sips, and most of the times I try to share a flight with somebody because I want to taste the little bits, but I can't do a whole flight by myself, not if I'm out wine tasting. That's been interesting, the whole dynamic with your normie friends and them wanting you to keep up with them and thinking that you can. We have a group of friends that we meet with in our little small town. A few Sundays out of the month we'll meet up for breakfast and have Bloody Marys, and the bartender gives me a bunch of crap because I cannot keep up with them. I have to have one, and actually I've requested to have a half of one because I just can't. I can't. So that's something to get used to. A lot of people abstain from alcohol altogether because they don't like the way it makes them feel after weight loss surgery. I know a lot of people say that they get drunk really fast, but they also sober up really fast. I haven't found that to be the case with me. I feel it. But I am also a person, even pre-weight loss surgery, that was very sensitive to alcohol and medications. I just am. So maybe I'm just weird like that. Negative self-talk. Well, I kind of feel that if you have always been a person that dealt with negative self-talk, you're still going to deal with it in a whole new dynamic. I can tell you that since I have put on 15 pounds this past year, which is the first regain I have had, there's not a day that goes by that I feel bad about it. It's kind of all that I think about, and that I contribute as being negative self-talk right there. It's 15 pounds. I've already dropped a few. I know I can get it off. I'm a pretty strong woman, and I have a lot of willpower, and I keep telling myself I didn't come this far to come this far. So I just got to get my booty together and get it done. I'm already on my way, so wish me luck that I flip the switch for life, people. I would say if you continue with your negative self-talk and you can't snap yourself out of it, maybe it's time to research a therapist, see a counselor, somebody to talk to about it, because it's beyond what we can help ourselves with. There's nothing wrong with counseling, you guys. I've gone to counseling, and it's for my fertility problems, and it really does help. So lastly, relationships. Let's talk about excess in relationships. There's a few dynamics. I would say, you have your personal life, you have your work life, and you have now this new weight loss surgery community that you're trying to have all these relationships with and keep up with all of them and be personal with everybody, and sometimes that can be hard. I try my very best. I know that I was not a great friend this past year dealing with the home construction. I just pulled away from a lot of things. That and not having internet access or phone at my property really was a hindrance. but trying to find the balance between it all. You know, if you find that, you're golden. I made a vow this year to really put myself out there more in the weight loss surgery community. And I think I'm doing a good job so far. My husband and I have been making videos once a week. We've missed the last couple, so don't be angry with us for that. But, you know, we're trying our very best to give back and still maintain our personal relationships and our personal life. We don't want our friends, our lifelong friends, to think that they're taken aback to this newfound, I don't know if we want to call it lifestyle, but people that we've connected with that walk our same paths. I mean, I feel such a connection with the weight loss surgery community that I just don't have with my friends outside of the weight loss surgery community, if that makes any sense at all. It's just different. They'll always be my friends, and I love them dearly, and we have different connections, but it's not quite the same. Yeah. So understanding that and accepting each relationship for what it is, you just have to. You have to. If it gets to be too much, if some relationships are just a burden on you, it's okay to pull back and put yourself first. There's nothing wrong with that. Some relationships can just pull you down, and that's not acceptable. That's not a healthy relationship. So maybe if you feel like some relationships are in excess, it's time to reevaluate them and see where you can cut. I mean, this is a really bad term, but cut the fat, so to speak. So that's really what I got for you guys this week. Stay tuned for another episode tomorrow and come back and see me next Thursday, guys. Make healthy choices. Bye.